1045 The Team, 1045theteam.com. On the phone right now, Allan Houston, 12-year NBA veteran, 9 of them with the Knicks, and now the general manager of the Westchester Knicks, where we, of course, are focused on Glens Falls native Jimmer Fredette. Allan, what has Jimmer brought to your team this season?
Well, first of all, he just brought a level of excitement, for the organization, for the fans, for the local community. I think he's been great. Everybody knows that you guys know the type of person he is, the type of man he is. Very humble, hardworking. He just wants to get better. And what he's brought to our team is just a threat. He's one of the best players in the D-League, and you can see every game he's getting more comfortable with where he can make an impact on both ends of the floor. But I think what he's brought to our group is just a level of humility. I think our players respect his preparation and the way just his professionalism. But he obviously brings shooting. He brings an offensive threat. He brings something that not a lot of D-League teams have, and that's the ability to affect the game individually, but affect the game in a way where you're helping other players continue to grow and get better. He's 26 years old, so he's experienced, but he still has a lot of development capability, and I think he's just looking every day to see where those things come. So it's been fun for him to watch. You can see a lot of his family and friends and people who are close are coming to support him, and it'll be fun to see him continue to build as we go into the D-League showcase, and however long he's with us, we just want to continue to not only challenge him in areas where he can get better, but support him and help our other guys.
He had 25 points, just missed a triple-double on Saturday, came back with 27 yesterday. What is it as a player that's made him so successful? Has he changed anything maybe from what hasn't worked out for him in the NBA?
Well, he just, the great thing about the D-League is it provides an opportunity for players like Jimmer to just play and get a rhythm, get a confidence. When you're a young player and you just don't get the playing time at the NBA level, you have to have a high-quality level of competition, and but still get the time to go through making mistakes, missing shots, and just learning yourself. And he just hadn't had that opportunity. So the biggest thing for him was just getting back to that, finding not only who he is and was, but where he needs to create more opportunities and expand himself and expand his game. Obviously, when he got here, I could tell, and when we talked a little bit about him, he wanted so bad to make an impression, and he was so anxious because he hadn't played. So I think he was trying to do a lot of things on his own. But I think as he's settled in and the offense has become more familiar, and his teammates have been more familiar with him and vice versa. You could tell he's been more patient, picking his spots better, and he's worked on his efficiency. Instead of going 10 for 24, now he's going 8 for 16 and having assists and rebounds and deflections and just having more quality possession for our team. And we can see now. We can see when he's not in the game. We can definitely see the difference in the flow. And so that's how how he's continuing to improve and having an impact.
Is it a weird dynamic for you being the general manager of the Westchester Knicks, being so closely tied with the New York Knicks, trying to develop guys like Jimmer, knowing that they could be plucked up by any NBA team and not just the Knicks? Is that a weird dynamic for you?
Yeah, it is at times, but that's the model and that's the system. That's kind of how the setup of our league is, and you just know that. So, every D-League team deals with that. They'll have quality players that other teams can pluck, and I think for me the consistency is that I always go back to where I was at the beginning of my career, and more at every stage of your career, but more so at the beginning when you're still trying to find your niche and find what are you going to do on the court consistently, no matter what team you're playing for, whatever level. And to me, that's my goal. Personal goal is to help. No matter if that player is Cleanthony Early, who's playing a couple games with Westchester, or if it's a player like Jimmer or Jordan Baczynski or Travis Trice or Wesley, whoever it is that may potentially be on another team. My goal is always, and our goal as a staff, is to make sure that they're reaching their developmental goals.
Allan, you guys are out at the D-League Showcase now. Jimmer is going to get a number of chances here in front of every scout from every team to show what he can do, whether it's the Knicks or another NBA team. Do you think Jimmer's going to come out of this showcase with a 10-day contract or otherwise in the NBA soon?
Well, I mean, the showcase is just another 2 games. I know everybody will be watching, but trust me, all these teams have seen him play now. So it won't be this showcase that will solidify that opportunity for him. He's already, I think, shown what he can do. I mean, the showcase will be, kind of maybe some icing on the cake for him. But we've all talked about this, with Jimmer and the other players, is that even if something does not happen right after the showcase or during the showcase, the test of your character and your commitment will be, what happens if it doesn't or if it does. And I think that he's shown, a high level of commitment. And when that opportunity does come, he's going to be ready.
Allan Houston, general manager of the Westchester Knicks, 12-year NBA veteran, helped the Knicks get to their last NBA Finals. Allan, thanks a lot for being with us this morning.
All right, thank you.